guys are watching JRTV Hawaii, the one and only search of a great marriage, new ideas, all resulting in world peace, magical place. How do you make it easy? You discover the flaws in rationale, just like they tried to do in the experiments where they had people buzz the other person and the experimenter kept telling them to do it, and you know, many of the buzzers who were buzzing the subject in the experiment, they buzzed so strong that they would have killed him if the experiment was a real life. And so we need to translate that into other aspects of life. Like, for example, if animals could talk, they'd say, hey, you know, don't hurt us, treat us with dignity. That's why many people are at least considering the aspects of veganism that are really just a complement to the fair trade practices of not wanting to have hurt people or slaves involved in your consumptions and your lifestyle. You know, you shouldn't need to have people suffer in order to be able to enjoy life, right? So, but more importantly is this idea that people, men are worried about, you know, their bodies, and instead of celebrating women. You know, life is about celebrating women, the flower of life, the vagina. It's the clitoris, the inner labia, the outer labia. This is really a message for men, but it's a message to encourage you to focus on this. Don't let things distract you. You know, don't let your own body, your own sex organs distract you. Allow yourself to get excited about a woman and look forward to it. You know, what ends up happening is people get, you know, super sheepled the fuck out. They look to all these sources of you know, Wi-Fi, chlorine, fluoride in toothpaste, and Brita water, and bottled water. You know, this fluoride, they're putting it all over the place. The Wi-Fi, all this stuff leads to impotency. And remember, the most attractive feature of a man or woman is always going to be their skin. So that requires healthy soaps, you know, cold water showers so the soap doesn't go in you. That's you know, like stuff like Dr. Bronner's, you know, and always pure coconut oil. That's the way to go. You know, you should coat your body with that after a shower every evening. Also, lip balms for the lips. There is a bit of a controversy with the Burt's Bees, because bees, apparently there is some pain associated with the process of beeswax making and honey, etc. But maybe farmers can find a way to do it where they help the bees so they can promote their species. The species of bees helps to pollinate all the many fruit trees and different, you know, different trees that we are benefiting from as humans. So, you know, the idea, guys, is to really supersede all of this. You know, you don't want to be a super sheep, you want to be a superman, superwoman. You don't want anything messing with your sexual desires and urges and co-ed situations, being around the opposite sex too much. It stifles energy. We know we're attracted to one each other. We know when a guy or woman are talking to one another, there might be an element of desire in their lust. And of course, it's all this lust is masked by all these things like, oh, maybe we have this in common, maybe we both like the same some interests, but often it's just superficial, and people think that that they like each other because they're, you know, healthy and friendly, but that's not enough. You have to have specific values, you know, child-rearing values, the values of what you want to do with your life. All that stuff has to come into play when mate selection it's inefficient the way people do it now. The dating, romance, that's supposed to be reserved for, two married people sitting on a table, dressing sexy, or women showing off their bodies at a gentleman's club, of course, of which lesbian women, audience members should certainly welcome. This is all celebrating the woman's body. A woman is erotic, even if women have some fat, if they have on the breast or the ass, even though that may hold toxins. The most important thing is to celebrate the woman, and you get attracted to it when you work hard. When you don't spend that much time with women or your wife, you create a space for magnetism, sacred respect of people, wanting good for them, wanting them to want what they want, and not mistakenly envying people who seduce each other, who manipulate one another with their body, with their money. That's the prostitute paradox, that you don't try to charm somebody that you actually respect. If you respect someone, you don't try to seduce them with your body or money. You try to empower them to want what they want. And people, if you don't want somebody to pretend to like you, to pretend to like your body, or pretend to like your hobbies and interests, and wear a wedding ring. Be proud of your self-commitment and individuality. This is who you are, and you're not going to sell your soul. You're not going to sell your time and your money and your energy to lust. You're not going to sell it all to somebody who, just because you like their body, like, that's not even you. When you find someone physically attractive, it's not you. That's the biological mechanisms within the human bipedal fucking a monkey hominid. It's not even like, we're pure consciousness. We animate these bodies, and we should use them to actually experience who we are, consciousness. You can't experience the heavenly purity of the absolute truth of what we are until you start acting like it and reminding yourself, this is who I am. I'm not gonna, there's no room for envy. All I can do is celebrate people, celebrate their successes, their wealth, their attractive bodies, their healthy bodies. I can celebrate that instead of envying it. And whenever you feel envy, it's actually just your disapproval of the way people are misusing their body or money. When you feel envy, it's actually you feeling badly for the person, because they're suffering. They're neglecting their dream mate. They're neglecting their soulmate for some random person they don't even care about, a whore, a prostitute. We need to use these labels. We need to steer away from the labels of check out the city up there in the back, in the foreground. You guys get the idea. I'm really glad you're tuning in. I think that was a great summarization. This may sound repetitious, but it's just a reinforcement of these ideas. And if you're that excited about this, please contact me in some way. Find me on Facebook, and leave a comment. All right, mahalo and aloha. Let's do a little light work here. We have a moment. So visualizing somebody you're romantically interested in. Imagine them happy, joyful. Imagine them, smiling instead of you wanting to seduce them. Just imagine them smiling, and a beam of brilliant white light just powers through down to them. They turn into, their aura is ignited. They're pure light. Everything they touch turns to shimmering bright white light, and there's a happiness there, and everyone's recognizing, they're seeing it, and so that's the existence in which we're inhabiting, right? So let's find another target. Let's say you're concerned about personal issues, health issues. Just beam your body. Take your fingers like a magic wand and beam. Imagine that bright light coursing through the body, healing itself. Sometimes you can do this to your bed. Imagine a bright white light shining down upon your bed. You can do this to, where you're concerned about the money you're making, or you can beam brilliantly the white light, shine it down on the money, shine it wherever you need to, in order to create a sense of, this is purity and joy in my life. You guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Brilliant white light, beam it wherever you need to, beam it around your room, beam it around your vehicle, beam it around your cell phone, beam it around the places where you think you need to go, that you want to go, and allow that pure consciousness, that light, and you have to associate it with people smiling. You have to imagine the people you're upset at smiling, the light, beaming light, white light, brilliant, beaming bright down. Thank you so much. Aloha.